Hi guys, and welcome to Beauty Cakes, where we talk about all things beauty and curls. My name is Debbie, and for today's video we are going to be testing out, well, I believe I've tested this out before, but it's the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation and the concealer. I had tried this, but I got it in the summertime and I believe I got the wrong shade, so I just stopped using it. And then this one is new, the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. So foundation and concealer. So I don't have anything on my face right now. I have been trying out this foundation for the past like 3 days, so I do have a good idea of how I feel about it. I just wanted to come on with a bare face so I could show you guys how it looks as I apply. So let me see what this thing claims to do, or what it says it claims to do. I'm in the bathroom and my cats keep trying to come in. It just says it's a full coverage foundation on here. It has a matte finish and it lasts. It's a 24-hour matte finish full coverage foundation. And the concealer says, I think it does the same thing. I'm going to assume they're supposed to go hand in hand, you know? So I do feel, so I'm in the shade Warm Honey right there in the foundation, and it says up to 24 hours matte finish for the concealer as well. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So I also grabbed the color Warm Honey in the concealer. To me, it looked like it's just like a tad bit lighter. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that. It looks like it's just like a tad bit lighter, which is fine. I do usually like to use the concealers to highlight and basically more for coverage. And then I've also been using the Fenty Beauty powder. So I am going to use that to set the concealer today. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my face. I do want to say that this is a matte foundation, and where I am at, it is really cold at the moment. And my skin is normally dry when it's this cold. I'm moisturizing my lips. And then I'm going to moisturize my face. So when I wake up in the morning to moisturize my face after I wash and everything, I use the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. It looks like that. And I'm just using all of the products that I would normally use when I'm wearing like my favorite foundations. And the only matte foundation that I really use in the wintertime that I like is the Fenty foundation. And I feel like this one, the Can't Stop Won't Stop, is a lot matter than that foundation. This foundation is very, very matte. If you have like dry skin and lots of texture, I wouldn't recommend this foundation. I don't really have like dry skin, but in the winter time I do tend to like dry out like right here in this area, and then I do have to be careful with my under eyes. I have creases in my under eyes. I don't expect my concealer to be creaseless. I mean, it's amazing when it is, but I'm not going to base my opinion of a concealer based on that. I do look for coverage though, because I do have dark circles. They may not seem that bad, but for me they're bad because I need to sleep. But anyway, so I am going to make sure that I moisturize my face really good, since I am using a matte foundation, same way I would with the Fenty. Right now, so I use the Mario Badescu, then I'm going to go in with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer, and I just have like a little like sample thing of it, but I am testing it out. So far I like it. It's not like a heavy moisturizer. So, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry down. So, let me just wet my beauty blender. I am using a sponge to apply it. That's how I apply all my foundations. There seems to be like a foundation craze right now. It's like all about the new foundations. All about foundations right now. I've also seen the Morphe foundation. What else? I saw the Fenty concealer, which I am trying. Haven't decided how I feel about it. Well, so far so good. And then I've also seen this, which I've been really excited to try, but I wanted to try this one first, which is the L'Oreal Infallible, because I did like the original formula that came in the tube, and then I saw that they had a concealer, so I really wanted to try that. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and use the primer that I use with all my foundations that I love, which is the Fenty Beauty what is this called? Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. Let's put that all over my face. Okay, and then I'm going to just put some on the back of my hand. Let's do 2 pumps. And then I'm just going to dot it on my face. I feel like it's crazy how much lighter I get in the wintertime than in the summertime, because in the summer I'm like a mocha color. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start blending this out. I don't feel like it dries down quickly. You guys can see it is, to me, it is pretty full coverage. But I feel like you have time to, you know, move it around and stuff. I do feel like in the wintertime, this may not be like my preferred foundation. I mean, it is a beautiful foundation, and when I did wear it, like, my husband was like, wow, like, your skin looks amazing. So it's not that bad. And I mean, I can make it work for my skin, but I have combination skin. Like I said, I only get dry in certain areas, and I mean, right now, and honestly, my skin is pretty amazing since I found out that I was pregnant. It's not like, I barely have any breakouts. I'm just taking 2 more pumps and dotting it on the other side of my face. So I guess that's a plus. I will say too that I used a new beauty blender when I was using this foundation, and this foundation stained the hell out of my beauty blender. No matter how many times I washed it, but I guess some foundations do that. All right. So next I'm gonna go ahead and take the concealer. What are my cats doing? And again, I got the same color. They're both in Warm Honey. And then I apply my concealer like this. That is just how I do it. I don't use a little bit. Not when I'm concealing. And I'm just gonna apply it wherever I usually apply it. I feel like I could have gone a little bit lighter in the concealer, just because to me in the camera it looks like it's blending in with the foundation. But it's just like, it's like a tad bit lighter than the foundation itself. And I'm just going to use a little beauty blender and blend that out. Sorry if I'm looking over here, it's because my mirror is over here. But it does claim to be long wearing, and I mean, I haven't used it for 24 hours because who uses foundation for 24 hours? But I mean, I have worn it from the, earlier in the day, let's say like 8 a.m. until like 8 o'clock at night. And I mean, it's all still there, unless I like rub it off or something like that. Because, it's flu season. But unless I rub it off, the foundation's still there. So like I said, to me, it's pretty full coverage. If you can see, like I have a mole right there and it's pretty covered up. I mean, you could barely see it, but it's for the most part, it's covered up. You can barely see like any of my moles because I have one there. You could barely see it. What I was saying about like the texture and stuff was, if you can see right there, I do have like a little bit of texture right here. They're just like light breakouts from like eating chocolate. Stuff I'm not supposed to be eating, but so right there, you could see like it definitely is going to show texture, So now I'm going to go ahead and just use the Fenty Beauty, what is this stuff called? Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Setting Powder, and I'm using it in the color Honey. Everything's in the color Honey right now. I'm just going to take this on a dry beauty blender. And then I'm going to use it to set my under eye. And this is supposed to be the brightening powder for my shade because I am in the shade 340. So this is what it recommended to use. Just do the other eye. And I'm using just a dry Morphe sponge to do it. I like this sponge for the setting powders. I feel like I make the craziest faces when I'm doing my makeup. Okay, so yep, so my under eyes are set. I don't really bake, I just put some powder there. I don't really care for baking. Supposedly it like helps your under eyes not to crease. I don't really see a difference. Maybe I'm using the wrong powders, but I just don't really bake, point blank. So I'm gonna go ahead. Well, this is basically what the foundation is looking like right now. Like I said, it is a matte foundation. It does show texture. You could see some of the pores, you can see the pores on my nose. Okay, and then I obviously have creasing under my eyes. Do I feel like it emphasizes it more than any other concealer? Yes and no. Like, of course, compared to my, Tarte Shape Tape, no, because that's a really good, concealer. And I don't expect this one to be like that. I just didn't. But it doesn't have any more creasing than any regular concealer that I use on a regular basis. So, I mean, I have my under eyes, I have lines under my under eyes. They're just not going to disappear without Botox, okay? So that's that. And then, like I said, the texture. But other than that, what I do to help foundations that are matte is I use the Morphe spray. I do not use this to set my face. This will not set your face. One time, I used this thinking that it was going to set my face because, everyone raves about it. My makeup was, it was gone. I regretted so much not using my 24-hour lock-it setting spray. But yeah, so I spray my face with this. My face with this. And I do feel like it does help my face, help it, gives it a little bit more moisture and helps all my makeup melt in together. So I do spray it after I put my foundation, concealer, and use a powder. And then I go ahead and contour, eyebrows, eyeliner, and then when I start adding the powders like blush, highlighter, everything like that, I use this one more time before I set, just again, like I said, so that it melts everything together. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup off camera so I don't make this video forever. Be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. My face is fully on. I used blush, highlighter, everything else. I just didn't use eyeshadow because I don't really care for it right now. But yeah, so the rest of my face is still on. And again, I think the foundation itself looks beautiful. I don't really have any problems with it other than the fact that, I mean, it's a matte foundation, but I knew that getting myself into it. I believe like if you have like my type of skin where it's like, you know, not too oily but not too dry, like combo skin or normal skin, your skin is fine. If you're oily, I feel like this foundation would be perfect for you. I do think that this would be better for me in the summertime, especially like because my T-zone and like down here, I do get a lot more oilier. So this is a foundation that I will definitely be using in the summertime. Again, if you have dry skin, I would stay clear from this foundation and concealer, both of them, because they are matte and, you know, matte and dry skin, it just, to me, it doesn't mix. Also, like, again, if you have texture and you don't want it like peeking through, I feel like this foundation does show texture. Again, like I said right here, I don't have that much, but it does. I don't think that my under eyes look bad. Like I said, I do have, you know, creases under my eyes. It's life. It's what happens. I don't think that it looks bad because I've used concealers where it's like they emphasize my under eye creases really, really bad, you know, but I think that this one did a really good job. Like I said, right now, like if I had to give this like a 1 out of 5, with 1 being the worst thing that's, you know, ever, or like 5 being the best foundation ever, I would give it a 4. I don't think it is a bad foundation. I like how it, you know, how it matches my skin color and how it makes, you know, my skin look, other than the fact that, you know, it's very matte, and right now it's, you know, really dry and cold where I live, and that just makes my skin feel a little bit drier. So I do have to work a little bit more to make the foundation work, but, you know, I don't really mind it. So to me, it's a 4. I like it. I will definitely be using it again. I've been using it all week with no problems. I will definitely give it another, like, you know, try it again in the summertime when it gets a lot hotter, because I feel like it'll be amazing then. But yeah, so that is what the foundation looks on me. That is my experience with it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have used this foundation and concealer. If you guys liked it, your thoughts on it, let me know. Let me know if there are any other foundations that you would like me to try in the comments below. And until next time, bye guys.